Alright, hey there, magic monsters. So my mic button didn't work on my stream deck. How annoying is that? I'm eating Halloween candy. Here's some ASMR for you. Yep, you weirdos who like that ASMR. Alright, that's the last Halloween candy I'm going to eat during the stream. Maybe. Maybe not. How's everyone doing tonight? How are you doing? Oops, sorry. I had to move the microphone, but how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. I'll tell you what I was doing. I was making this quest system thing. And I realized I was bored. And that I should probably do it with people if you want. And so that's what, and I only thought about doing this like 10 minutes ago, so that's where we are. So welcome to the stream. I'm working on this quest system. We've got some quest conditions here. These are basically things that have to be done in order to achieve a quest step, like has +1+ sword or something else. Things the player has to do, or the party has to do, or things that have to have been done, basically. It uses the Blackboard module here with topics and subjects you can use. That's optional, but other than that, you'll be able to pass things into this, and well, if you use the Blackboard, then you'd be passing them into the Blackboard, and this would read the Blackboard and work automatically from there. So where I was working on was this part, which is the actual things, and you can see we got some searching going on there. Assuming you're going to have a lot of quest steps or quest conditions in your project, you can do that. You can also toggle on and off the different types, so if you only want final stats or other things like that. So we're going to have lots of different condition types, many including the game module condition or type of things, like game item object list contains means an item object list contains. Doesn't specify which list. That's something you'd have to specify. So as you know, as an example, has +1 sword. In this example, there are 4 players, so perhaps I will pass in the party inventory, which will just be all of their inventories put together into one list, and then pass to the Blackboard. And yeah, the Blackboard subject. This will then get the game item object list from the Blackboard object party inventory, and then if that list has more than 0 short swords, then the quest will be complete. That's the idea. Or not the quest condition will be complete. The actual quest will be like this, and there will be multiple steps, and then each step will have success criteria, failure criteria. I think I need to redo this slightly. It's been a few weeks. It's been a busy few weeks, and I've not been doing as much on this as I'd like, so I need to get back into the zone. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I think you've all done that already, and I appreciate that, so thank you there. So let's get going. We next step here for me on this is to expand these. They can't be expanded now, so let's make them expandable. By the way, I saw this cool thing today on Unity, on the publisher forum. Somebody from Unity posted this very unexpectedly. Where is it? Where is it? Not publisher tools. New editor design system. This Editor Foundations design system. This is a really cool looking site, And it's all about making editors that work with the Unity editor system. And a lot of it's some design stuff like spacing and colors and other things. But there's just a whole lot here. So I'm going to have to dig into this because it's a combination. You got the UI toolkit and the IM GUI. I'm not sure how you folks pronounce that, but examples and then what they look like. It looks like, once you understand how it's laid out, it's probably going to be fairly easy to navigate and get around. But yeah, recommended widths. Very much a design document. Oh, some animated GIFs as well. That's cool. So yeah. So anyways, I'm going to have to dig into that one day. Hello, Debaterman. Blackboard. You made your own inventory. Good. Yeah. Let's see. So could you grab your own inventory list and put it there, or is it looking for a scriptable object? It's looking for the game item object list is not a scriptable object itself. Item objects are, but game item object is the in-game object that's not a scriptable object that lives in your game. You can serialize it, etc. The list is simply a list of those things. You would probably, if you're using, so you've got your own inventory system. If you're using the item objects, then you could use the item object list still probably with your own inventory system in some way. Or I think with the Blackboard you could pass anything you want into it. I believe I can fly. Oh, I can't use those lyrics anymore, right? Am I right? All right. Where's the Blackboard? Here it is. I think you could write anything you want here. So essentially, you can pass anything to the Blackboard. If you have a note, these are the things you could. If you're using the game object list, then you could pass that here. But if you're not, then you could find some other way of doing it. I think there's no generic object, but there's a game object. I don't know if that would work. But you could basically write some custom code to make it work. So if you're not using the game item object list, then you could use custom code probably to make the note work. And basically, depending on what you're trying to achieve, you could even just write custom code that sets a boolean to be true or false. You might have the topic be my inventory has 5 weapons, and then you'd write a custom code that just pushes to this, that sets this true if there's 5, or you could even do weapon count. Weapon count. And then set the count via code. And then if you did that, I think I haven't coded this yet, but the quest condition for just int essentially could call my inventory weapon count must be equal to, or must greater than or equal to 5 or something like that. So it would just require some relatively simple custom code to push that data to the Blackboard. And once it's just an integer, then it doesn't, nothing else really cares where that integer came from, right? So that is what I think would be the proper way of doing it. All right, so let's make these expandable. So I ran into a little snafu where, all of these, like this is the game item object list contains, and it derives from quest condition. And in my editor here, or editor window here, I was passing the quest condition, but I couldn't get things like I should close some of these. I should close a bunch of these. All right, let me close a bunch of these. All right, so we'll keep these two open. So I wasn't able to get things from here, like the Blackboard topic subject. But I think this should actually be on all quest conditions. I don't think that any of these don't have that. And it's really just this stuff that's going to be different per type. So yeah. So I think we're going to have to move this to this. Yeah. I've got some notes for myself here. I think this might be an old note, but what can you do? So now we just need to remove that from all of these right here, and we should be okay. So where are all the other ones? I'm going to do another stream on Halloween, by the way. There are no kids where I live, which is fine by me. And therefore, and the Halloween party I'm going to is tomorrow night, which is also fine by me. And by party, I mean it's just me and my 2 friends because the other 4 people they invited can't go. But it will be fun nonetheless. I am sure we will play some board games and be fairly tipsy not long into the night. Where are my scripts? Oh, these are demo files. That's why I should look in down here. Quest conditions. No, quest. Scripts, quest conditions. Okay. Oh, I've apparently made more of these than I realized. Can I open all of these? It did open all of these. Okay. So let's just go through each one. Blackboard value number. Oh, this could be old. Oh, no, that's Blackboard value number is. Oh, okay. Where this is value int or float. Okay, so we're going to remove the topic subject. We'll keep the rest, and that's basically what we're doing here. I think can't remember if I finished these or not. This is the problem with being busy. I'm sure we've all been there, where you do some coding, then you come back a week later and you're like, what the hell was I doing? I don't remember anything. Who misses the game dev show? Right? Me. I do. All right. Let's see. Just remove it. What's this one? This one is, it must be old because this is not. Yeah, that's old, I think. I'm still not used to that function button pushing up the emojis. It did nothing before, and now it brings up an emoji list, which I do use from time to time, but I also accidentally hit F function key instead of delete all the time. All right, so I think that solves all of those, but let's see. Okay. All right, so these should still have, yep, topic subject there, and that didn't change, so that's good. All right, so now let's go back to this, and we'll get going on moving that up. And did my, oh, it closed all my other scripts. All right, well, what script is this? This is quest condition, I think the editor window, and show quest condition, get type. Okay, there we go. So this is this label, the label gray, and we need a button over here. I mean, I guess the whole thing could be a button, but usually I use a little button on the side. So let's do that. We'll do a if button, and it's going to be symbol. I can't remember what my symbols were for buttons. Now it's going to throw an error. Oops. Okay. What is another thing that I recently built that has an inspector, custom inspector, probably the Blackboard, maybe. Yes. All right. So the starting values has the circle, and so starting values should probably just make this values. Okay. Should probably make this standardized so I don't need to like remember, but let's see. Topic. We're going to look for this. Okay. So this is our button up here. Circle open dash. So this is basically what we did. This is the code right here for it. Maybe I can standardize this. Let's see if I can standardize this. So this is the code. We can copy paste in. And why aren't we able to do colors if is this not? Oh. Oh, do we not have Infinity editor type of? Does that work? It does. Okay, that worked. Okay, so we're going to make this boolean to be we'll do that. We'll do a private bool show condition and quest condition, and so change these to show condition, and we're going to pass in quest condition. Okay, and this was going to be, say, return get bool show editor show quest condition dot name. If it changes though, then that would suddenly mean it changes, but I guess we can count for that when we do the name changes, so that's fine. Whoops. Okay, and so we can make this like this. All right, and then quest condition dot name. So we're saying it, we're showing it, and it's actually going to be this condition. We'll spell it right. Okay. And the rest should just work. See. We'll see. And error. Oh, what did I do? What did I change that made this error happen? Is it because I changed this up here? Because the other one was, before I did that, all that, this was an editor window, wasn't it? What did I do before? Yeah, okay, then I guess I'll have to do it a different way. All right, so let me undo. We'll do Let's see. Just took off a jacket. It's getting cold now. I don't like it one bit. Colors. So we will do this. We'll just do background, color. Why is this not working, but this is? Because I see. I added it to that, but not here. Interesting. Interesting. So really, I think I've confused myself over time, and I use editor utilities. I also have Infinity Editor, and I think basically I need to move this stuff to editor utilities instead, because it just makes more sense. So we will do all of these. All those things can probably be over here as well. I will change that. Why is this? Do I have to background color? I do. So I already have this. I already have these two. Okay. So this should now work then. Still have some bug. Button toggle's missing, so button toggle. At some point I'm gonna have to remember to remove these from here and move them to editor utilities. I should really also separate editor utilities out into many different smaller scripts. They don't all have to be on one giant massive script, but that's okay. Let's see, find button. All right. Okay. Are we all following along? Still got a bug, an error, something going on here. I don't see any red on the side though. Let's see. What does Unity tell me? Symbol circle open. Oh, it's all the way over here. We don't have symbol circle open in that list. Oh, yeah, look at that. There's all my little random symbols. And in this one, they're down here, and I didn't have them all. Okay. Uh-oh. There's another bug, but I think we can solve that later. Alright. There we go. So now it's working. So now we can toggle that on and off. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. And where's my window again? So we were going to try to standardize that button, right? Symbol right here. So we could probably do this. It's just this, and what are we really passing in here? We're passing in this name is unique, and the Boolean is unique. The rest is not so. What we can do here, we'll do. Yeah, this is too long. We'll do buttons. Okay, so we're gonna do buttons group code, and this is going to be for open close button. So public static bool open close button, and here we're going to need a string key and a bool value, I guess. And so we're going to change this to be the value, and value, and value, and this is going to be the key, and then we're going to return get bool key. All right, so now back here I mean, we can do open close button and pass in our key and pass in our bool, and that now does the same thing with just a single line if nothing goes wrong. We'll see. Come on, nothing goes wrong. Nothing went wrong. How amazing. Let's fix this one. That's going to be annoying. It doesn't tell me which script it is. Does it? Game base. Game stat list contains. Game stat list. I totally lied about that. It does tell me. Alright. These two just need to be deleted. I apparently missed one. Okay. Alright. So now we're going back to the future. Where we're going, we don't need roads. So that's good. Maybe we're going to change this to button open close because it starts with B and button. So when I forget what I called it, it might show up, and I'll remind myself. That's actually nice. I like that. It's much skinnier, much smaller, and I think since we took it from this symbol dash, we can do the same thing here. And it's going to be Blackboard name for the key and show note, Blackboard note, and then we can remove all of this. Whoo, look at that. So much less code, visibly less code. It's actually more code, but it's visibly less code, easier to see. And so now we can also then say okay, so we do this, we do that, and then we're gonna stop here if we don't. So if we're not showing condition, then we're just gonna end the row and the vertical box. Otherwise, we're gonna continue and then return. Otherwise, we'll continue. Stop here if we aren't showing this condition. That's pretty straightforward. That's all straightforward. Okay. And now if we are showing the condition, we will show more stuff. So this is where I wanted to see, this is where I wasn't quite sure what to do next. We'll make a label here just to test, just have something show. Because I felt it would be, oops, ending the row needs to happen regardless right here, but it's ending vertical box. Okay, so I started originally. I wasn't going to make a system like this with the where you can see them all, or maybe I was, but it wasn't at the time. And then I was going through this, and on the inspector here, you know, there's no custom inspector for these. They're all fairly straightforward. It just doesn't need a custom inspector. But I decided that maybe it was easier to edit these in this view where you can just quickly see them all without going through the objects and going into the inspector and object inspector, etc., etc., etc. Then we could have options like duplicate and delete and create all in one section, again, rather than create game modules, quest condition, blah, blah, blah. So one of the things, you know, actually taking a step back, one of the things I would love to figure out, I've got all these different quest conditions, and I had even forgotten that I created these four, and that's because they all derive from quest condition, and it would be great if I was trying to work on this last night, trying to figure this out last night with on Jason Storey's Discord. But this code here, I was trying to figure out if I could derive the type, game item object list, blah, 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 all those from the object itself and not have to do this whole if-else stuff. And also, I could avoid doing this options, and if instead, I think this is where reflection would come into play, but I'm not sure. So anyways, so this is where I'm going to have to add these other options, and these other options, I might as well do it now. Here we go. So these other options are going to be this. The gets alphabetized later too, so that's nice, right? Blackboard, 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 and comparison blackboard value float. Interesting. We'll see what this one does. What does this one do? We'll see. All right, so we have final stat. That's fine. And we have blackboard value bool. We should probably just copy this then. Game object number. It's going to be floats and ints. String and comparison blackboard value float. Why wouldn't that be number? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. We'll have to figure that out. But you can imagine how it would be easier if I could just figure out all the types that derive from quest condition and then not have to worry about it. Right? Then I wouldn't have to do this whole options list, and I wouldn't have to do down here this whole thing too. But oh well. So this is the create asset. So we're gonna have to create. How many did I add? 5. Yeah, 1, 2. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's gonna be blackboard value bool. Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. Bool and game object and number and string and comparison blackboard value float. I copy these down there. That one didn't work. Why didn't that one work? May have misspelled it. No. Maybe this one was not set up. It doesn't look like it was set up. It's not deriving from quest conditions, so this must be old. Yeah, that's old. So we're going to remove that. I'm pretty sure that's old. Move from up here too. Get it out. Get it out. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Those of you who are newer to the stream. Oh, someone just left. Oh well. We're coding, making quest stuff. Editor script for the quest system. So now we should have more types here. Nope. Well, we have to reload this. That's why. Is there no reload button? So we have to close tab, reopen it, and now when we go here, there should be all the different types there. They're supposed to be alphabetized, but they don't appear to be. Maybe they're only alphabetized here. Yeah, they're alphabetized here, but not there. All right, something to do later. So now you can create new quest conditions here. So value bool, we can say red button pushed and add that, and it adds it here, and you can set the path there. And now red button pushed is this, and you can do this. You can edit it here, but this is where we're going to do. We want to be able to go red button pushed, expand that, and edit those details here instead. So let's work on that. The common details are going to be the topic or the condition name, description. Description is really, I mean, you could use it publicly, but it could also just be for you. And topic, subject. So let's do those first. Show list. Yeah, show list. Show types. Show list. Show quest condition. All right, and so we will then have, this is where we're going to be show common data, and we'll pass in the quest condition, and I don't think we need the type for that, so let's show common data, and this is going to have a couple things. We're going to have the, what did we see? All right, let me bring this over a little bit for now. Whoops, wrong button. All right, so we're going to have the quest condition common, so condition name and description. All right, so this is going to be, when we change the condition name, we're going to have to change the object name and also that Boolean earlier, we're going to have to change that as well. So that's going to be a little bit of a thing, but let's start with that. We'll do text field, I think it's field. And the text is going to be the quest condition dot condition name, and make this 200 wide, and we will need a temp name equals quest condition name, and then quest condition name equals delayed text, actually. Delayed text, so that it's not updating every single time we type anything. And then if temp name does not equal quest condition name, then we're going to do stuff here. So we're going to need to check. I think each one should be uniquely named. We can't have multiple names. So check for unique name, and if it passes that, then change the scriptable object name, and then update the bool to show this panel. So the common name, we already have a system for that in place actually here, I believe. Because if we do this here on the add, we're checking for the name, it's red because I already have that. So duplicate is going to be var duplicate. Okay, so check for unique name is going to be duplicate. So first default object name equals this. So we're really going to be count. Count, and we will say if that is greater than 1, then return. So if it's greater than 1, then we're going to say quest condition equals temp name, and do a debug.log warning, and we'll say there is already a quest condition named that, and because we're changing it, we need to put that above. So just give a warning in the debug to tell people that there's already one, they know what's going on, and then it's going to return, and that should be that. All right, so now if it passes that, though, we're going to change the scriptable object name. And so that's going to be changing the name itself on the object itself. So quest condition dot name, I think the name of the object, I believe, is going to be equal to that. I think that will do the trick. And then we're doing set bool. What is our... These should always match, really. And then we're going to be setting that to true because we can't change the name when we're not true, so that will be just true. All right, let's see if that works. All right, so already it's not working because this should be red button pushed, and it's not. I fixed this. So it has to be set, and usually it should be set when I create it, but perhaps it's not. Create quest condition. Yeah, I guess we don't do that. So we should do that. So what we could do then instead is up here, just have a new asset. That doesn't work, huh? No. All right. All right. Yeah. Then I guess we will have to do it in a different way. So in our window, probably do checks. An awake. No, not an awake. Probably, I mean, when we do the caching, whenever we do caching, yeah, wait a minute, I did do this. Update names. For each quest condition, object name equals name. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Do I have too many names on quest condition? I might. Quest set condition. So in quest condition, it's a script module scriptable object already has an object name, object type. So I think the condition name is redundant because it already has a name. So let's fix this redundancy. And what we will do instead, I think it makes more sense to have a method here, if I don't already have it, of updating the name. I have a check name already. Not sure why I did this, but there must have been a reason. All right, so we can try this. Public void change name, string new name, and we will say object name equals new name, and then name equals new name. See if this works. Change name to object name. I mean, we already changed the object name, but now we're solidifying it, I suppose. All right, so why isn't this... Oh, because it should work. Do I have a bug? I have a bug. Object name. Fix blank name. See, I've been dealing with the same stuff before. Okay, so this is working now. They all are getting the name. Let's see. Red button pushed. 2. It works. It did not change the object name though. So we need to do that and make sure that that works properly. So that should be here. Object. Why doesn't it change? Shouldn't it be changed? It should just change. It should just change. It's a scriptable object. I would think it would just change. Apparently it didn't though, so this dot name should be the same thing. This dot well, let's Google it. Unity 3D change scriptable object name in code. In code and script object. Yeah, it should be just name, right? Values, change script object runtime, change file name. Do we have to do it like this? They're the file system? I guess this one. Okay, I guess it's the asset database. Maybe that. Okay, let's try that. Asset database dot rename asset. We need a path, so asset database dot get asset path to this. Did that not work? Dot object. Nope. Oh, it's revoked 2 parameters. There it is. Oops. That's odd because here it only has 1 parameter. Get asset path. Oh, rename has 2. Yeah, I probably have to pass the new name in, huh? That might do the trick. Oh no, an ad just started showing for me. I'm watching the chat that nobody's using, and an ad just started for Hertz rental car company with some quarterback in it. All right, so that worked. All right, good. Main object name does not match file name. That's fine because what we forgot to do here is exit GUI. So if we can't do it here, it's going to be what's the full exit GUI? Exit GUI is editor GUI utility exit GUI. There we go. I think that might stop this warning. We'll find out. It didn't, but you know, this is just a warning. Does not match the file name. That's because I just changed it. So this is not really a warning that needs to be handled. told. Okay. There we go. So we can ignore this. There's some way to suppress warnings. I don't like the idea of doing that, but I suppose it's an option. Okay. It's an option if I think of doing it. All right, so now we can change the name. That's wonderful, and we're checking to make sure that the name is unique. And let's do the rest of the common data. So I'm going to move this actually into a new thing. We're going to say show name, show quest condition name, and passing quest condition. And we'll move this down to its own little method right here and right here. Yep, and then and then after show quest condition name, we're going to show quest condition description, quest condition. And this one should be fairly simple. It's going to be a text field. So we are going to do text box, I think, or text area, probably area. Text area, quest condition dot description, and the width will be 200 as well. Height will be 50, and make sure to actually set this value. And let's see if that works. I guess we should do undos at the same time, but you know what? The undo system can confuse the shit out of me. Okay, but we didn't do labels here. We need labels too. So start row and end row. And label, description, symbol, info, and tooltips going to be use this description in your project, or just as information for yourself. There you go. And this is going to be 100 wide maybe. And we will do the same here. Always have to end row if you start row, and the object name. Just say name. This is the name of the quest condition, and also the scriptable object. Quest condition names must be unique. Okay. There we go. That's nice. Undos, huh? I hate undos. I wish it just worked, you know? All right, so this one should be pretty easy. Undo dot record object this, and change quest condition description. That one should be fairly easy, and I think I can actually do it up here. Let's find out. Test, undo, did nothing. Do down here, undo, did not work. See, this is why. So no, we're quest condition. That's what we're trying to record. Okay, Try again. Try again. Test 2. Undo. Okay, so now that works. Perfect. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult because we're also changing the name of the object itself. So we have to do undo, change condition name, and if we just change it now, let's just see what happens. Red button pushed 2 changes. Undo, 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 undo. It does not work because we didn't record the object name change. So Unity 3 undo object name change. I think there's a special thing. Register create object. Nope. Change game object name. Nope. And runtime. Nope. 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 Okay. Undo. 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 Get current group. Yeah, see, this is where I'm like, I know there's something, but I don't think it's record object because this just records the object, but it doesn't change the name. Doesn't record changing the name, it seems. It's just changing like a value. So, I don't know. I don't know, man. Pause that for now. Okay, let's just move on. Let's move on a little bit. Let's keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it exciting. Keep it very exciting and very interesting. Do you want to see something that I was working on that I think is really cool? Check this out. Check this out. Is this the one that works? Let's see. Yes. So there's issues with the normal map. Hi, Wesley. How are you? Check this out. Watch this. Watch this. Wait, is this the one that shows it working? There you go. Did you see that? For some reason, this window has to be open. I don't know why. But did you see that? I don't know if you realized what you just saw. So I'll tell you what you saw. What you're seeing here is there's a test we're working on. And this is part of the potential redo of the humanoid system, where now the blend shapes can also blend normal maps in a special shader as well. And the end result is that as you move the shape through, so in this case the skinny shape, the normal map is changed and blended, so you can see that we're blending to one that shows more ribs, right? So you can see where we're going with this. Maybe we've got normal in the middle, and I know there's no normal body type, but average body type, whatever you want to call it, middle of the road, and then there will be a skinny and a heavy, which are similar to, you know, making something longer or shorter. They affect the same thing. And then one that's more muscly and one that's less muscly. And so, you know, you got two dimensions on 2 directions and 2 dimensions for you know, you can make a fat muscular guy or a skinny weak person or a skinny fat or skinny strong person. And it would blend the normal maps in those directions. And then it would also technically have unique heads that just magically work with all that, unique hands and unique feet. And then that means that if we have a troll, we could have a system that automatically sets the blend shapes on this to be a fatter, muscular default, and then it can have the same wardrobe as all the other characters because they all have the same body, just different textures on the body and different starting values, but they all can be the other values too. Troll might be a little scaled up too to be taller, but that is the thinking. Yep, that's what I want to share. Okay, that was a derailment. All right, so next we need show quest condition blackboard values quest condition, and we'll do the undo as well. Just get ahead of ourselves. Blackboard values, and we'll create this, and then on this we're going to do a start row and an end row and label black topic. So we're going to start by doing a label of blackboard values and true to make that bold. And we're going to put this tooltip up here instead because I think it makes sense to do so. This can, this condition will look up the blackboard values set based on the topic and subject set here. Be sure to set the blackboard value in your code, or this condition will never resolve to true. Yep. All right, so topic, no tooltip in the topic, and then text or quest condition dot topic equals text field quest condition dot topic 200, and we'll do the same for the subject. And we might want to throw a space in there, but maybe not. No, I don't think we need a space. Okay. So, as an example here, true. So I guess if I make this publicly available to the player, I might say, you know, what are the quest conditions that must be met? And I might say, the red button must be pushed, and then topic will be buttons red, and then the value will be a bool, so we'll have a bool down there. So these are common, and the rest will be custom, and that's where we're gonna get. What was the first game I made? Oh, I'm assuming you mean in Unity. First game I made in Unity was called Photo Hunt Online, and it was one of those games that you can play, and a lot of bars have them, where you just do the photo hunt. You know, you look for the differences between two pictures. It was basically that, and it was made in Unity, made on JavaScript, Unity script, and made. It worked on desktop, but it also worked on iPads, which was cool, and mobile, which was cool. And I published it, put it on the App Store, which was cool. I used, my brother's a musician, and I used his music in it, and you could pay to unlock new tracks, which was cool. cool. I don't think anyone ever did. And it worked. It was not well made, but it worked, and you could play it, and you could download new pictures, which was cool, and also the whole online part, I suppose. And then it was not 4 weeks after launch, I got a takedown notice because apparently the term photo hunt is trademarked by the game company that makes all those bar games, and I did not know that. And so the game was taken down by Apple. So that was my first game that I made. The Barbarian was the first big game I made, but Apple just took that down because I didn't pay for the developer thing. It's like $100 or $150 a year, and I decided the game doesn't make that much money. I mean, it might. Actually, I don't even know. I should check. But it might make enough money, but I was like, it's time for the Barbarian to expire. It's been 7 years, and I can't update it. I won't update it, so it's time. Poor the Barbarian. All right, so let's move on here, and now we have these. Can I we should check the undo. Okay, that works. All right. So now we have the description, name, the Blackboard values. Now we have to get into the non-common data, and that's where we're going to get the type here. And this is where I would love to figure out the whole reflection thing, so I don't have to do this if else, but that's what we're going to do. So then we're going to do uncommon data. And we're going to do this. So if, oops, cancel. I did that here. If type equals these, then we're going to do something. And we don't need to do that. Okay. Then we will do show quest, show data for game item object list contains quest condition, and we'll just kind of copy this for these, then fix it up for each one. I mean, I guess it could be a drawer for each one or something, I suppose, but let's be quick and dirty for now. Sometimes it's nice to be quick and dirty. Other times, it's not. I guess it's best to be quick and clean, really. But I just want to, you know, get it working, then get it pretty. Oh, we already did this one. All right, so now let's, no, not that. Let's create these methods. I think I originally wasn't going to make this editor because I didn't want to do this part, but it's fine. It is fine. All right. Okay, so let's do the bool one first. Blackboard value bool. This one's easy. Blackboard value bool. Value bool. Oh yeah, that's the right one. All right, so all we're looking for is the value. So I guess we can do the header, so let's do that. We'll do label blackboard value bool and true, and then start row. Actually, this is, so we can do a toggle left. Where's the left check? Wait, I just left check, yeah, left check, and we can do a tooltip. So we will do label is going to be condition met if is it would you think it's condition met or condition passed or condition, the opposite would be like failed. Condition is met if if we'll do a tooltip and then quest condition.value. Nope. Oh, so okay, we need to do quest condition or blackboard value bool quest condition. Okay, so that, and then quest condition dot value, and we're also setting that here. All right, and the tooltip's going to be this condition will be met if the bool value of the blackboard note is quest condition dot value. Okay. Oops. And this has to have a thing there, and we'll do that there, and we will do that there. All right. So let's see if that works. Condition true. Nope, because the condition might be met if it's false, and that might be confusing. What happened? Whoo. How to do this? Okay. Show list. Let's go back. Oh man, so we might have to move this bit up there. God damn it. Let's test that. Okay. We're going to do a version of this as a test. Blackboard value set value bool, and this is a blackboard value bool quest condition. Get types probably not needed. And I'm just going to we'll say if quest condition dot get type equals type of blackboard value bool, then we will do that show condition, show quest condition, blackboard value bool. As blackboard value bool. Okay. Okay. That's how we do it. Okay, so if this test isn't needed, then we go back to here as blackboard value bool, and that should do it. Let's see. Yeah, okay, cool. Then we don't need to do that up here. We don't need to change this. We just need to add this stuff to all of these. Whoops. Wait a minute. I just put it in the wrong spot. What am I doing? What was I thinking? Wasn't. Okay. Stat list contains condition list contains final stat final. All right, there we go. That should do the trick. Now I do think I want to add spaces now that I look at this. So we will do a space here and a space here, and see that condition met if true. So I think this, in this case, we can make this not a left toggle, because I want it to be read left to right the way I do it. So we just check and all we need for that is that, and then we'll do a start row and an end row and a label, and we'll put all that in the label, and the label will be 100 wide to match the rest, and it needs to be wider than that rest. Okay, so it won't match the rest, I guess. We'll make it 150. There we go. So the condition is met if that is true. That one's done. So this is what the bool one looks like. That's the easiest one. The rest aren't terribly difficult, but like has +1 sword, you know, we're just going to basically have to put this down there. Not the end of the world. But you can see the value contents. So game item object list contains, does not contain, has more than, has less than, etc., etc., etc. Quantity contains 0, does not contain 0, I guess. But then we can also hide this if it, like, I think does not contain. Well, that should just be quantity 0. So yeah, I guess that I can remove does not contain, because oh, well, I guess contains means there's any value, but then you could just do has more than 0. So both of these can probably be removed, because contains is basically more than 0, and does not contain has exactly 0. So has more than 0 short swords. That's the same as that. Has more than 0 short swords. Yeah. All right, well, let me do that one next. This is game item object list contains, and game item object list contains. So we will do, just copy this for now. We'll do game item object list contains game object item list. Okay, and couple things. Okay. So for this one, we have value contents, and we're going to remove these and put a note here. October 2020, what's the date? 27th? Oh shit, it's almost, ugh. The year's coming to a close. October 27, removed as redundant. And I'll put the same note here. Okay. So these are the 3 things we are going to be showing, and I need to now remove these. All right. So let me just, nope. Why did this all go in one row? That's weird. Okay. We'll just go back and forth then. Okay. So the value contents is what we need to do. How are we gonna do this? How does an enum work in this thing? Let's just try something. How do you do an enum dropdown in the editor? Unity 3D editor script enum dropdown. I think I saw this just the other day, and it was actually quite easy. I don't know. Oh. I use the same thing in multiple places. Multiple places. All right. Value content. So I don't know. In the inspector, you just do a thing, and it shows like this. That's not what I was looking for. Nope. Custom inspector with the drop down. Ooh, this is the new thing I showed earlier. Enum field. I think I like this new site. Enum field. I see. Oh, but that's UI elements. Is there a similar one? Here. Let's see. Where is my... Okay, so... editor GUI layout.enum. Oh, enum pop-up. What do we pass in? The enum. What is our enum? I can't remember. Value contents has more than. And install that. Has more contents. Value contents. Is it as simple as that? Could it be so simple? It is so simple. That's wonderful. So let's move this over to my super helpful Infinity editor, enum. And I didn't do it before. Good, I didn't do it before. So we will do that maybe here. And we'll say enums. So public static what would be the return type? Enum field, enum pop-up. Int, maybe? What does this return? I don't think that's correct. enum pop-up. Enum selected. Uppercase enum. Okay. So we'll do that, and then, oh, yep. And then we'll do another one with width. And okay. Can we do label and tooltip too? Probably can. Where is GUI layout? Width, that's right. Okay. So now editor GUI layout.enum pop-up selected GUI layout width, and we will return that. So yeah, so we'll just do this, and that should do the trick. I hope it does the trick. So we can then say quest condition dot value contents equals enum pop-up value quest condition dot value contents and 200. And do we have a bug? Huh. Oh, that's right. This is the problem. I need to remember. Don't add things to Infinity Editor. Add them to Editor Utilities instead. And this is too long. Okay. Okay. See if that works. It does seem to work. All right. All right, all right. Okay, so then we'll do start row and end row, and we'll do label quantity 100 and quest condition dot quantity equals int field, or int just quest condition dot quantity with 200. Okay. And then the last thing is the value itself. Item object. Any thoughts on when your Unity assets will go back on sale? You really want to know that? I can give you the exact date. And it's going to be a good one. It's actually never happened before. I think it's never happened before that every single monster bundle and the big RPG character complete bundle, all of them will be on sale during the Unity Asset Store Black Friday sale, which starts in the middle of November. So what I'm telling you now is don't buy that shit now. Buy it then. And then buy 2 of them for the same price. And tell all your friends to buy it. And help fund 2023. Yeah, they all got invited. So they're high priced, but they're going to be half off. I think the big one's going to be 70% off for one day and then half off for the rest of the sale. And a flash deal, single day flash deal. So it should be pretty exciting, which is good. This month has actually been a very slow month on the asset store because, I don't know, things just aren't selling this month. Maybe everyone's getting ready for Black Friday. Maybe people are, but I think there's a lot of new people who don't necessarily know that Black Friday is coming every November on the asset store. So I think it's just a slow month. I haven't been doing as much streaming too, so that could be part of it. All right. What were we doing here? Oh yeah, the item object. What is the item object? We have all these up here now. Condition item object list contains. It's an item object. Duh. Oh, I was looking for what value. Just value. Okay, value equals object as item object condition value type of item object 200 or false 200. Nope, 200 then false. 200 false. That should do that. Okay, there we go. So I think instead of a tooltip, we could say down here var text string equals this condition will be met if the game item object list attached to the Blackboard note quest condition value contents has exactly quest condition dot quantity game item objects of or we can say quest value item objects. What does that read like? And then we'll have to spit it out. So we'll do label text string. Let's see. figured my friends don't need me to bring anything to the party. I'm already bringing some cookies and dry ice because Halloween drinks, of course. But since there's only 3 of us, I mean, how much can we even consume? We could consume a lot, but we're not going to. This condition will be met if the... Oh, I need to make it wrap. Do I have wrap in my options here? I think I do. Oh, I hate this when this gets covered. False and true. So false, true. Yeah, I should do the trick. This condition will be met if the game item object list attached to the blackboard note has exactly 0 short sword objects. Okay, so this will be value.name, object name, name. And if I change this to has more than 0, has less than, is empty, this is going to be different. Okay, so let's do... I don't think I need to spell this out. I think that's just overkill. If you can't figure it out from this list, then I don't think it, you know... Limes and tonics. See, those are very important things, especially if you're particular on the tonic. And particular on the limes. See, my friends have a thing where they bring, when they go to a party, someone's house, they'll bring all the drinks they want to drink. Because a long time ago, he went to parties and the parties didn't have what he wanted to drink and he didn't like what the drinks they had and he learned, oh, I should just bring my own drinks. So he always does. Which is funny because you can always count on it. And then sure enough, he'll pretty much just drink what he brought the entire time. Which is perfectly fine. He'll also try things I make for him, but it's perfectly fine. He can drink his own booze. I don't care. All right. So I guess we can do the tooltips then for these, just to make it pretty clear. And I think I need to make this, instead of 100, 120. For all these, because this one's going to be a little wide, and I like the idea that it's all up and down, straight, vertically aligned. All right, so blackboard value bools. Where is it? It's probably up here. Okay, there we go. So yeah, tooltips. First, in the tooltips we need the symbol info to tell people that there is a tooltip, or give a little hint that there's a tooltip. A tip of a tooltip. And so this is going to be, this is the criteria used to determine if the quest condition has been met. The quantity used in the comparison, and then this is the object referenced. The game item object list will have game item object versions of this. Or we'll be looking for game item object versions of this in the game item object list. Okay. And I guess I should make these without spaces then. And then I guess if we have the is empty or is not empty, then quantity and item object aren't shown. So we can do that. We'll say if quest condition dot value, or no, dot value contents, yeah, equals quest can value contents is empty or is not empty, then we'll return. Because quantity does not matter if it's just checking to see if it's empty or not. So is empty, is not empty. So that means, like, hey, if the quest, as a very simple example, if your quest is to have something in your inventory, maybe you do this in a tutorial scene or something, to have something in the inventory, add it to your inventory. The quest can be is not empty, and if the inventory is not empty, then this is true, and suddenly the quest will automatically resolve. Okay, so that part is working now. The undo's not, but oh boy. Yeah, a lot of people don't have lemon. See, I always say if you're gonna plant a tree, plant a lemon tree. They grow well where I am, but also they're useful, right? Lemon trees are super useful. Everyone can use a lemon tree and use lemons. But so this is where I'm going to leave it off here. I think I'm going to finish the rest just by doing them. But you get the idea of where I'm going with this, I think. I hope you get the idea. So this is just going to be, you know, if I want to, I'm going to need to deselect all and stuff here. But you can search for the things. And then you can also, yeah, I'm going to need a select all button. Then you can search by this. So swords. Oh, yeah, that's the swords. Or buttons. Oh, there you go. So yeah, so this is going to be useful, I think, to make this more easily managed, I suppose. And then you can quickly see the conditions. And then these conditions, once I get back to the quest itself, push the buttons as an example. The quest, so, you know, so it's going to be, I don't know if you haven't heard about how I'm working with the quests are going to have stats. So, you know, potentially if you choose to use it this way, you could have modifications to the stats while the quest is active. So perhaps the quest gives you a boost or a penalty to stats. Or you could have a modification to stats when the quest is complete. Have a complete quest list and add that. So you can do that, which is really nice. But here we're going to have 3 different things. Push the red button, push the blue button, push the green button. It's really going to be in these spaces, the red, green, and blue spaces. You can't see the green and the blue because they don't show up until you go to the red space. But it's basically going to have this, and in the success condition, we're going to redo this to add a condition. So it's going to have a little drop down that says condition from all those conditions, or maybe not a drop down, maybe some other method, and then yeah, the condition. There's also going to be failure conditions, potentially. It's optional, but so let's say that you have a failure condition where something goes empty or a value goes to 0, then you failed, and so it's always going to be checking to see if it fails too, if there's a failure criteria. First, it'll check all success criterias, then failure criterias. You can have multiple of them, so you know, each step could have multiple criteria. So maybe it's got to push the red button, and you have to have at least 100 gold to finish this step. Just this step. There might be I think I'm going to add a loot box option that automatically gives a loot box or something if the step is complete. That's an optional thing. And then for this, you can have either sequential steps or not. If it's sequential, then they have to be completed in order. Otherwise, they'll all be checking each other. And then once all the steps are complete, the quest itself will be completed. And I also need to add to each quest step whether it can be reverted. So after it's completed once, can it be marked incomplete? Like if if it's the step is you have to have pushed the red button and 100 gold, but suddenly you don't have 100 gold, does that mean this is no longer complete? Or is it just you have to complete it once and then you're done? So that will be an option there too. And then once it's active in the project, in your scene, the idea will be the same as all the other game modules things, that it's as automated as possible. So once the quest is there, it's just checking itself, and when it succeeds, it does all the events. You can handle how to do the events if you want to, play a sound or do other things, but it will do things like giving stats and conditions and stuff like that. So there you go. And I'm going to call it there. And yeah, there you go. So thanks for hanging out. And I will see you on maybe on Halloween night. I'm going to do a stream on Halloween night, and I will not be dressed up for it. Thanks.